Call to order.
Oh,
Pledge
okay.
allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Okay. Roll call. Mark. Here. Ron. Here. Gene. Here. Angie. Here. We have a quorum. Like a motion and a second to approve the minutes of the regular meeting on 2/4/24.
A second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So moved. Board members report. Mark?
The only thing I would want to bring up is, Kevin and I talked about it a little bit. If we ever repair like that again, to not have so many people.
Well, we've talked about that. That is just,
Okay, that's not that kind of thing.
we're in the process. There's gonna be caution tape put up.
Yeah.
It was just, I was just,
Can't have people all run equipment and all that
yeah,
stuff. so
I know.
it's
Oh, I
gotta-
know.
Yeah.
You know, it's bad. We're looking at more new barricades, more
No
barricades.
residents, no
Huh? Yeah,
residents standing around.
yeah, and get caution tape around the
It's
area.
uncomfortable trying to get people away, but it's like, we just gotta do it.
I know, so I agree with you, we all agree about that.
Liability.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
It's scary,
yeah.
in my opinion.
Okay, Ron?
Only thing I had with that is, can we, depends on when they're gonna pave, I saw that's on the agenda, paving it. If we can't get it paved before this weekend, can we get,
We
We're
just
not-
did there today.
We're not gonna get it.
well, then did he grade it today?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Okay,
It's all
both spots he kinda
Yes.
cleaned up.
And we
That-
put cones around it to make
Yeah,
sure
no.
people don't drive through it while it's wet.
I haven't been down that way today, so
Yeah,
we'll have to say that.
I have, but I didn't notice.
Okay, that was
today.
my only question,
Yeah,
I saw there were a
okay,
couple
yeah, no,
holes.
that's good thought.
So, no, thank you,
Yeah,
thank you.
Angie?
No.
Okay. Gene?
Well, our water loss doesn't look too good, but we expected that, didn't we, with that
Well, yeah,
giant leak over there.
yeah, yeah, you see my backyard.
So I guess it's not out of line. As far as the budget is concerned, it looks like we're not doing too badly. We're in the part of the year where we expect losses, so due to the fluctuation of tax income, I guess, best thing to say that. Since it only comes in at certain times, and we have some months which are quite nice looking because of the tax money coming in.
Yeah, just the way it rolls.
Yeah, other months where we're down a few thousand, so
Yeah.
we're down about 3,000 this month again, but
And this is one of the down months.
once again,
Yeah.
it's just expected, and as Kathy and I have been discussing, that sometimes you just have to sit and watch it and make sure the trend is going the way you think it should be going.
Yeah, yeah,
And it seems to be doing that, so. And we were also discussing how it's almost impossible to explain these numbers to anyone.
anyone that doesn't understand what they're looking at.
Yeah, because the accounting systems are so convoluted. It seems like accountants invented them just to keep regular people out of the business.
Well, yeah, so they're the only ones that know.
But after keeping an eye on this for several years, it doesn't look to me like we're out of sync at all.
Okay, well, that's good. Okay, I don't really have anything, except I just want to reiterate the fact that what Mark said about the safety thing, and we've got to get an eye on that, and that's got to be the first priority, is to get an area roped off with caution tape and barricades, and I don't care for people's feelings.
I think we should have a person, doesn't have to be the same person every time, but some person just looking at the safety aspect.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Some person who's gonna be standing by the moving equipment, making sure that nobody's around it. A person who's gonna make sure the caution tape gets put up, is in place.
A flag man.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it would be one of us. And
Yeah,
that-
yeah.
that would
Yeah.
be- That way we have workers that are actually
Yeah,
doing
and
the
if
work.
it's one of us, we can, okay, you take your turn, you take your turn, I'm not gonna take a turn. Oh, no.
Well, we're all as susceptible as people from the public.
Yeah.
To get ourselves in a bad position because we're thinking about something else. So we
Yeah, oh, yeah,
really need somebody to,
No, that's a good thought, to
Grab
just have somebody
someone else
just
and
keep an
say,
eye on things.
yeah.
Should I ask one, or inform one of you who can then assign one of you? Is there a point of contact for
Well,
one of the
I think
board
it's
that I
whoever you can
can?
find
That's where
first.
you can find pretty much, and just somebody you have to.
Yeah, you know, something that serious, we're all gonna be there to
Okay.
start with anyway.
All right,
And then we'll decide, we'll just kinda decide among ourselves what
Yeah.
we're gonna do. I mean, I don't think we wanna put anything in writing
If
because
there's only one of us there, then that's gonna be it.
you're in the barrel.
Two, you'll have to flip a coin.
Yeah, right.
So, yeah, if none of us show up, then you'll have to. get
Yeah.
on the horn.
well, no, I mean, there's, a set of procedures that I follow was posting it to the Facebook and all that type of thing, calling 811. Is there one of you that I should reach out to get that part started? Who wants to come to the leak when we're ready to start excavating?
If I'm here, I don't have a problem.
Okay.
No, I don't either.
I don't think any of us
I
have a
just
problem.
don't,
No.
I mean, you can use me, I'm fine.
Throw
Okay.
a dart at the wall and who's.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I definitely
Okay.
will be.
Just don't hit Ron in the back.
I definitely would.
Okay.
yeah, so I think it's, none of us object to doing it.
Do we have, by the way, do we have plenty of caution tape?
I think that was on Ben's order.
Yeah, it was.
I had instructed him to put together an
Several
order of
rolls.
safety
Oh, yeah.
materials that we need for replacing signs and cones and stuff like that. And I know he put one together. He's gonna price it for me, and then we'll kind of divide it by what we need the most into months to see
Yeah,
if we can
we'll
get
look at
everything
it, yeah.
here. So, yeah, the caution tape I think was in there.
Yeah, cause I bought all those barricades for the, Chamber of Commerce, and they're actually pretty reasonable. And I bought them at Home Depot. You had to order them, but, then that was the cheapest place I could find them, was Home Depot. Rather than any, I saw, Ben had a safety catalog out the other day, and they're about
Yeah.
twice as much in that safety catalog as they were at Home Depot.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but you have to order them, they don't keep them in
Right.
stock, but you get them in 3 or 4 days.
I think a lot of that stuff you can get True Value too, so we'll price it out.
Yeah, so.
We'll do some cost comparisons.
Okay, managers report.
Oh, okay, I'm already up. I buried myself here. Here it is. Put my glasses on. Critical infrastructure. Civil Tech will be coming out next week to go over the general plan, and I believe they will be bringing their finished maps for us. This is an open meeting being held in our office, but I would like to point out that there will not be a call to the public. I just wanted to make that public. I will be uploading this meeting to YouTube, just as I do all open meetings, if you're interested in listening and cannot attend. I would also like to request that if anyone would like to attend, please give the office a call or give me a call and let me know so that we can make sure we set up additional seating. This is not required, obviously, but it would be appreciated if anybody from the public wants to come.
Kathy,
Generator, yes?
Before you get too far into that, how are we gonna have an open meeting in the office when we can't let the public in behind that door?
We can probably set something up in that corridor for them to listen in and keep that door open. I mean, it's not ideal, but generally speaking, we haven't had anyone interested, especially now that we're
Yeah.
filming it online, putting it online. It's just a lot more comfortable for us to communicate sitting around that table than it is to put it here.
That just sounds like a real uncomfortable thing if somebody does show up and then they have to stand out there and can't really hear what's going
No,
on.
we'll set up
anyway.
seating. We'll set up seating and the door will be open. They'll be able to hear. There's decent acoustics in there. And I don't think that many people are gonna show up. If there's gonna be a concern and people reach out, there's gonna be 10 or 15 people, then we'll probably end up having to move the venue.
I would rather schedule it to hear myself. I don't know how the rest of you feel, but I just,
Well, it's a little late for that. I've already posted the agenda.
Oh.
Everybody had said that they wanted to do it at the office, and more than likely, we're just not gonna have anybody there, so.
Well, we need a spot to where we can lay out maps.
Well, we need
around,
more than
so-
that one table.
This
I was thinking about that today and I hadn't come up with an answer
Well,
yet.
we could use the town hall.
Well, that's,
If it's only gonna be us, I mean, we've got those big, long
well, no, I'm not
tables.
worried about tables in the town hall, I'm worried about hearing in the town hall.
Yeah, but we're
But
gonna be
I-
right up there.
Yeah, it's not gonna be a regular
Yeah, we can do it at the town hall.
Yeah, yeah,
I can do a change of venue notification, I've never done that before, but I can do that, I can do a change of.
Because the main
venue.
thing you said was the plan, he's bringing the plans and
Yeah,
everything else, so he's gonna
yeah.
have multiple
And we need
plans, and we need a place to
Couple
lay it out.
tables, you know. I
Exactly,
mean-
and be able to walk around.
Yeah, I really think we should change the
I'm
venue.
just scared of
and we
fear.
can put a notice on the
Town.
Heck, yeah.
office door that says meeting has been changed to town hall.
That's true, okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah,
across the
let's do
street,
that.
you know.
I don't
It's right
think
across the
anybody
street,
Yeah, yeah,
complain about that.
yeah,
okay.
yeah, I think that's a good idea, because
All right.
just more table space is what I'm concerned
Yeah,
about.
much more room to move
Yeah,
around.
because I know he's probably gonna bring at least D-sized drawings,
Yeah,
you know, maybe E,
yeah.
you know, so. Okay, all right, go ahead, my dear.
Okay, generator project, it was requested last month at the meeting, that I find a contractor. I did not do that for the maintenance contract, so I will get on that right away.
Is the generator running?
I believe so, I mean, I think it's doing its thing.
Okay, something was brought up last meeting where they're throwing a code and wasn't.
It just
working.
needed to be reset,
Okay, cool.
yeah, as far as I know,
Okay.
yeah.
Can I
Yeah,
say
so I-
one thing?
Sure,
It would be nice if that contractor was local.
well, yeah, I
Yeah,
think
and I
Mark
don't know if
suggested
that's possible. I don't know what's available in Kingman as
Pretty
far
much
as,
Empire and my.
Yeah, Cat.
Yeah.
Pretty much Empire Cat.
yeah, so I don't know, but it'd be,
Yeah.
that would be real nice if it was somebody local,
yeah.
not in Las Vegas or, you know,
Well, there
somewhere
were-
like that.
There were a couple people that I had reached out to get a bid for the generator project to begin with that told me that they couldn't because they only did service work.
Oh,
So, I mean, I
well,
can talk
okay,
to
so you
them.
got a handle
At least
on
I
it
can
already
get
a
a
little
price
bit.
and,
Okay.
yeah. I think we'd all prefer if it was
Especially
somebody
with
like
that
that.
type of generator, everybody services it, so that you should
Yeah,
be able
it's
to.
not a
Commercial.
two-make generator, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Right away, no new news on that. Lead and copper. With their help, I was able to obtain access to the Hazenwood, the data portal where they want me to start uploading information from our company. I submitted my first batch of information to them, including our basic map and, of the town along with the meter reading worksheet so that they'd have some basic information on the company. I think they're looking for at this point, who's interested in participating more than anything. The people that don't participate at all will probably be struck from the program, so I just wanted to make sure I got some preliminary information to them. I told them we'd be getting new maps here in the next month or two, so I'll start submitting that. We'll start pulling out some of our invoicing and that type of thing and get some information to them over on our materials. IRS debt, I was not able to do that, which frustrates me, but I was not able to get that done for the meeting. Stock order, I submitted a list, a fairly costly stock order list to replenish what is missing from stock. Ben and I reviewed the email sent to us by Civil Tech to make sure what we were ordering complies with the new specs. I'm aware that there may be some discrepancies between what is on that list and what the board would like purchased, so I'm submitting it to you for your review, input, discussion. And then the final thing was the financial review. Jean had mentioned last month, that there was a discrepancy of $6,000. Irene and I both reviewed everything that I've entered this year, and we're not finding any errors of note, except some revisions, as I kind of suspected on the grant monies. I did kind of do that a little wrong. She went ahead and corrected it, set up all the accounts the right way. But that didn't affect that we saw at all what that checking account balance was. It all appears to just be the disparity between the cash totals in the checking and the accrual totals in the expenses. And just because we have a bill in accrual doesn't mean that it's going to be coming out that month in checking, so that the numbers just don't jive sometimes. I'm trying to, Jean thinks I might be wasting my time, but I'm going to try to put together some sort of report in QuickBooks that compares both the expenses and the checking, so that maybe we can have a little bit more explanation on that. But that's probably going to take some quiet time of mine to see if I can find something. Other than that, that's all I've got this month.
Okay, thank you very much. We have no old business.
With the,
Oh, I'm sorry, I missed critical infrastructure. Really, I don't have much to say about that right now. We've got that meeting on Monday. Angie handed you a,
I saw that.
Boilerplate.
yeah, boilerplate. Read it, bleed on it, sometime, are you gonna be there Monday?
Yes, I will be.
Whoa, good, okay. Yeah, I didn't wanna ask you to be there, but,
No, I took that.
okay, all right. Well, read that, just bleed on it. You know, you got any questions,
Okay.
you know, holler, you know, so we can talk about it on Monday.
Red line.
Yeah,
Okay.
so. Oh, thank you for reading your email too.
Well, thank you for sending me a note to,
To read his email. I sent his wife a note to have him read his
it was
email.
also on my phone.
Yeah, well, it's on your phone too, but I never know if you would look at your phone.
With
Yeah.
regard to
Not
the
often.
Yeah.
critical infrastructure,
Okay,
Question.
I had noticed that Mark and Ron were, working together and were
We haven't
about
yet.
the standard,
We haven't worked together yet.
oh, but you're going to.
Yeah,
Okay,
I've
you-
been busy and.
to get some
Go.
standard operating
Yeah,
procedures,
that's
which I
fine.
think would be really important for the guys, us to do, and we can, make sure that, well, we can tell them on Tuesday, that tell them those guys, when they come in, the engineers, that's something that we're gonna have put in place by the time they get their
Yes.
stuff done. That's why it was so important for them to tell us what materials they were using.
yeah,
But right now, that's good, because everything though on their specs that I read is ductile iron.
Oh, yeah, only the big lines.
But if we have to do any repairs, it's gonna be totally different size fittings,
Yeah.
and Band-Aid
Yeah.
clamps and everything, so
Yeah.
if you order for that, it's not gonna work for our existing.
Oh,
See, I
existing.
haven't seen any specs yet.
I saw it when he was talking in one of the emails, he was talking about
Oh,
materials that were
yeah.
gonna be used and all that, so I mean, that's right now, we need to replace, have we replaced the county that we borrowed?
yeah,
Yes.
we need to replace the big stuff we used right now.
Yes, that just went back yesterday or today.
So we
Okay, no,
have
that's,
two new clamps then, for
Yeah.
our stock?
That's part of the list that I gave
Okay.
you guys
Yeah,
to
those are
look
the
at
most
today.
important thing, like repair
Yes.
band clamps, like two of every size and.
Yeah,
That's all basic stuff for
Right.
repairs, you don't have to.
yeah.
I think those were the only two I had on there though, so maybe that should be
Well, it just
expanded. I
needs to
don't-
be checked that we have 2-inch, 4-inch and 6-inch.
Yeah, but I think we need to hold off on the small stuff until we get the specs
of what's gonna be
of
used,
what they're gonna use, yeah.
and they didn't specify on that, they,
Well, we
Yeah.
still need to be able to do our
Yeah,
repairs
we still
though.
have-
or normal repairs of what
Yeah,
exactly.
don't
we
have
still
to
need to
replace
order
the whole
stuff
thing.
for the stuff that's not gonna be.
Oh, yeah, no, we still need to order
We
stuff,
still need to-
gonna be out there.
Yeah, just because it's not gonna be compatible with what they're doing doesn't mean it's not compatible with what we
No.
already
Yeah,
have.
that's right, so.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's move on to new business and talk about this stock order. I have no problem with it, except for we just need to make sure that maybe not this order, but the next order, we need to make it compatible to what they're gonna use. You know,
Yeah, this order, we need what we have in place now.
yeah, this is
And
what
then
we
the
have in
next
place,
order is
and then the
what they
next, in
expect.
2 months, or whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah, so as far as I'm concerned,
The only difference will be in that order, just thinking off the top of my head, besides the repair bands, those will be different, obviously. It's the saddle size over the pipe.
Yeah, yeah, that's
it.
what
The
I
rest,
mean.
but the packs and the.
Yeah.
Everything else will be the same.
yeah, okay. So as far as I'm concerned, I'd like a motion in a second, just to go ahead and approve this order for now, for this order.
Do you want, well, I guess it's too late for that, but maybe a not to exceed, but do we want to add those clamps? Cause they're expensive. They're,
Yeah, let's do that.
I mean, the 6-inch ones that I was mistaken with the 421. It ended up being like 3 something
Yeah,
each.
That's okay.
Yeah.
You need two of them.
You need
I think
two.
so.
I understand that, but are those the only two? We're talking about varying sizes.
I don't, I mean, when I stopped being the maintenance guy here, there were 2 every size. I don't know what's been used since then. I just made sure all that was there and explained all that to Aaron and stuff before I left. I said, you gotta keep this stocked, and then, I don't know what happened after that.
And we do have some in that, but I mean, they need to clean it up.
Yeah.
Because, inventory was not, I mean, I
Good
tried to
luck on
go
that one.
through and look and see
Yeah.
what's what.
Yeah.
We might have some of it, except for the bigger 4-inch and 6-inch.
Right.
But the other day in front of your house was 3-inch.
Yeah,
So, I
Yeah.
mean,
yeah, I know. You can't win,
Well,
almost.
it needs to be uniform and with, hopefully with
Well,
this.
and we
with
will
the new one,
eventually
we
get it
can
that
do
way,
that. Yes.
but it's gonna take a while.
It was all 2-inch one.
Yeah, so, I think took a motion and a second to go ahead and approve that order
I move.
with
the ball
the
rolling.
addition of
so,
what you were talking about, Mark.
Second. What did it say?
2 seconds?
Yeah.
Oh,
Whatever.
okay.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, the only other thing I wanna mention, and it's not even on here,
Yeah.
that I want to get that new building looks worse than the old building.
Yeah.
And it's just, went in there the other day. It was, oh, well, maybe it's here, well, maybe it's here, well, maybe it's here, well, maybe it's here. It was just,
I think they.
That's what I was-
yeah, I know.
That's why I
So,
keep harping on that kind of stuff, but is the toolbox in the truck?
No.
okay,
They order
well.
it?
No,
Or
no,
can
no,
we
it's
see it?
here. It's here.
been here for a
It's
while.
here.
Yeah,
And there's
well, it
a,
got here, actually, it got here the day of that leak.
Yeah.
So it's been a week and a half.
yeah,
so-
there's a
Okay,
hitch
but that's
hole
my only comment.
Okay.
in the back of
We
the
need
truck
to
that they have to
talk
blank
about.
out, and they're trying to get the
Yeah.
screws to do that, and then they're gonna be putting it in.
That's cool.
Okay, I'm through.
I
Are
have
you-
a question
Okay.
about the way they work. What if if they don't have a leak? I know Ben goes down and reads the meters and he reads that's what Ben
Chlorine
does.
testing, yeah.
The test, yeah, does the water testing and checks the chlorine and all that. But if they don't have a leak, what do they have like, okay, I'm spending 4 hours on this. Why can't they take the time? I mean, they'll get paid for it to put that.
Well,
the
they need
truck-
to, and they don't.
So somebody has to tell them to do it.
Yeah,
So we have to make a motion to
Yeah.
put Kathy back in charge, which I don't think is fair to Kathy.
Well, I don't think, Kathy's too nice.
I know, well, no, that she has enough on her plate, I mean, it's
Yeah.
up to her.
And, I mean, for the limited hours she can work, it's not really shouldn't
Yeah.
be part of her, she shouldn't
Well,
have to do that.
I know.
And that's where we ran into trouble with previous office people, is because they didn't understand the maintenance and they
Yeah.
didn't realize what had to be done when it needed to be done.
Yeah,
So I think that maybe, I don't know, one of us or somebody has to get with
and
those
I don't know
guys.
what the answer is.
We have
I don't like that proposal, because as a board member,
I
I
know.
don't think board people should be messing around
Yeah, I
with the
agree.
day-to-day
With
affairs
day-to-day.
of the
Yeah,
company.
yeah,
Because if we do, we could just fire everybody else and we'd do it ourselves.
yeah,
That's true.
yeah,
Except
that's the
not
trouble.
Kathy's job. Oh,
We need to oversee what's done, not
Yep.
be in there
Yeah, I
messing
agree.
around with it.
You can't be hands-on.
But, as far as I'm concerned, Kathy, you need to stick their noses in that room and get the darn thing organized.
So we're gonna put her in charge? We separated that when it was back with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I never did like that idea. Somebody has to be in
Maybe
charge.
we need to
of it.
hire somebody with OCD to go in there and,
What's with this new guy over, that kid that helped out or whatever? Make him the,
Mike?
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
If
I
he's-
can train him in a couple of weeks.
Well,
Sorry, I didn't mean to volunteer. I just spent a few hours with him on the weekend, showing him ropes, have him running in a week or two.
Yeah, I know.
It's a hard thing.
It's a hard
When you
thing.
tell
Listen,
somebody-
I don't mind communicating. I mean, sometimes it gets a little frustrating, trying to be somebody else's voice. Because you never say things correctly when you're representing what somebody else is saying, no matter how hard you try. But we can give it a shot. I don't mind telling them what to do.
Okay, yeah, I think you gotta be just a little more stern.
I'm just not, I don't want to be their mother.
Yeah,
don't
I
wanna
know.
be quality
I
control.
know.
They're adults, everybody, and we're all.
You know what I mean? I don't mind telling them they gotta get, and I talked to Ben about it, and he said, okay, I'll get right on it.
And that
After your
never
email.
happens.
No, after your email, it just.
Oh, no,
wasn't-
I mean, yeah, but, okay, that's
Okay,
fine. And
so-
I have, and like I said, I have no
You could
problem
Malcolm
with,
doing it while he's doing his water testing and stuff like that.
Well, Malcolm was working on the truck today.
Okay, no, that's
He
what I'm
was.
saying.
He got frustrated and
yeah.
stopped because of issues with hardware, but, he was working on it.
You know, and if they want some advice, some help, any of us, you know, okay, why don't you do this, or why don't you give them some ideas?
I don't have any hope that Ben would organize it, but
No,
Malcolm seemed interested in it.
yeah, well, maybe make him in charge of it. I don't know. That's just a thought.
I mean, half that stuff can be thrown away in there, in my
Yeah.
opinion. It has no use in
I
the
know.
system. It has no use
We
at all.
talked
It's
to
just
that
like,
a long
maybe,
time
like,
ago,
there's
yeah.
Yeah.
not maybes, but none of that stuff will ever fit on any of the stuff.
Yeah,
No,
yeah, but we might have saved
We
it.
just hold on. I know, it's like,
just in case, right?
Yeah.
that's like 90% of the clutter stuff that would never.
All right, well, I think, I don't know what I think, actually.
Yeah.
Ron, what do you think?
He's abstaining
He
from
thinks
that.
we have a
No,
strong.
it's easier for me just to go in there and do it than
Yeah,
just.
Yes.
Yeah, I know, I know.
Just get the hell out of
Yeah,
there.
yeah, and then start over.
I would go buy a little bunch of plastic, bin boxes and put everything in, and with labels on them,
90% of that, even the brass in there, it doesn't go to anything.
No,
in our system.
yeah.
I'm worried
I thought we
about
were gonna
it.
be putting all our stuff in the truck though, so it was there for them when they were doing their
No.
lease.
Not all of it's gonna fit.
No, you don't have to
Alright.
put it all in there.
I mean, a lot of the smaller stuff, the day-to-day stuff that they're using for repair fittings and all that, and
Uh-huh.
meters, and some of that can fit in there, but not all.
No, not all of it.
Not all
And
of
it doesn't all need to be in.
And they don't need to carry all that weight.
No, the truck should be regularly cleaned out. At
Yeah,
the end of the day, the stuff you don't need should be put
yeah,
back in the
yeah, so,
room. Should just carry it around for the hell of it.
all right.
I would propose then that Kathy take a good, long thought about this. And,
Okay,
let us know
we'll
what
talk
she-
about this some more.
Let us know what she wants. to do.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good idea.
What do you mean by what I want to do?
Think about,
Rita, you've heard our discussion on how the place needs to be organized and set up and do so. And you are, as far as I'm concerned, the administrator here. And so I would like you to tell us how that should be accomplished.
Or what you need.
All right,
What you need.
We can tell you what the
All right.
goal is, but you're the one that needs to come up with a plan to get it done.
yeah, how are you gonna do this?
okay.
You might have
Yeah.
to hire some extra help for a while.
Well, who are you gonna
I don't
hire?
think so.
That's the
The
problem.
I
trouble
mean,
is,
unless there isn't, if there's not a leak,
Yeah.
they're not doing,
No, I didn't mean for permit, like,
Just to get things set up. Just
yeah,
like-
but I mean, they
the
have.
problem is the
Plenty of
person could
people,
organize it in a way that nobody can figure
I
out. what
agree,
it's
I
about.
agree.
Well, yeah,
I
I mean,
agree.
with the two people, I mean, even if
they should be able
Ben
to
is
do
doing
it.
his testing and running
They should
around
be able to
checking
do it.
stuff,
yeah.
Malcolm could be doing that other part, and if you
Yeah.
have that other kid in there, he can be
Oh, I
hauling the
forgot,
stuff
yeah.
out
Yeah.
and
Try
trash.
to get him in there to help for a while, you know, because he was a good worker. The other night, he got in there and
Yeah,
wasn't
he did.
afraid to get
He did
dirty
good.
and wet and muddy and,
Anyway, I'd like to have Kathy
yeah,
come up with
yeah,
a
we'll think about it
plan to do.
and
Okay.
we'll talk about this some more. Okay, that really wasn't on the agenda, but I opened my big mouth.
Nice discussion.
Yes,
It's not really an agenda item, it's not
yeah,
a motion.
okay.
Yeah.
All right, I
Still
would like a
need to talk
motion,
about it.
a motion and a second to adjourn.
I'm with it.
Elephant.
Thank you, ladies and
I'll
gentlemen,
second.
it's always a pleasure.